We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this afternoon on the midweek huddle, I have a question for you. Are you a person who's looking to be able to go live and do vertical content on Instagram? Well, this afternoon, I have 5 great ways you can go live on Instagram, and we're going to start it right now. Praise the Lord. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we welcome you to the show. And as we said in our opening hook this afternoon here on the Midweek Huddle, we're going to be talking about 5 great ways you can go live on Instagram. That's right, going live on Instagram, doing live streams as vertical content. We're going to get into that this afternoon here on the Huddle. And so if you're joining us in the chat on YouTube, do me a favor, let me know where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live in the chat. We are also live on Facebook. So if you're watching us on Facebook, give us a hashtag Team Live in the Facebook chat and let us know where you're watching us from. And we are also live on LinkedIn Live. So give us a hashtag Team Live in the chat of LinkedIn. And as I said before, we're going to be talking about 5 great ways you can go live on Instagram. That's right. You know, live streaming is definitely something that just about every social media platform is providing its users to be able to do, to be able to interact with your community, to be able to interact and make on the platform and make great content. And so now even Instagram, which they've been doing it for a while, but I've been testing it out now for a little over close to a month now, and getting used to doing live streaming in a vertical content format. And I tell you, man, there's some stuff there. If you definitely want to build your personal brand, if you're definitely looking to be able to build your community, engage with your audience, and do some great things on Instagram. And so as we get ready to get into this discussion, whether if you're on YouTube, if you are on Facebook or LinkedIn Live, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from and give us a hashtag Team Live. And I certainly can't forget, Team Replay. If you are watching this on the replay of LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, do me a special favor. Got a little tickle in my throat. Do me a special favor in the comments section. Give us a hashtag Team Replay in the comments section. So without further ado, let's get into the content. Let's fire up the Stream Deck and get into this presentation. How to go live on the Instagram app in 2022. Doing live streaming on Instagram. And it's important to understand, to be able to do live streaming on Instagram, this is something you have to do on the mobile app, on your mobile phone, your iPhone or smartphone that you may have. Unfortunately, we can't go live on desktop. Certainly, they've made some adjustments, and they've opened up some features to us on desktop, but that has not yet come to pass for us to go live. And so being able to live stream on mobile is something you have to do on Instagram. And the other good thing is you don't need a third-party software to be able to do it in going live on Instagram. You just go live right through Instagram to be able to connect with your audience and do that what you're looking to do. But you go live, and I realize going live and speaking to a live audience can be intimidating to quite a few people. It can be a challenge to go live versus uploading a video, and so it's a different type of beast, if you will, in live streaming. And so I want to share some great ways, some ideas, some tips on how you can go live on Instagram with connecting with your followers. So first of all, let's go here to the thing here. Why should you go live on Instagram? Well, as we said, it allows you to connect and engage with your followers that you have a part of your profile. It allows you, whether if you have a personal profile or if you have a business profile. Instagram allows you to go live to be able to connect with your followers and on a deeper level. A second reason why you may consider wanting to go live on Instagram is that it allows you to grow your personal brand or your brand that you have as a business on Instagram through vertical content. So it allows you to be able to grow that personal brand. And then, thirdly, it allows you to be able to create fun and exciting content through vertical content on Instagram via live. And so I think these are just three great reasons why a person would definitely want to look to go live on Instagram. So you say, Walter, I'm sold, I'm convinced, but I struggle with having a compelling topic to be able to come up with and to go live. Well, let me give you five ways or five tips of coming up with a compelling topic in going live on Instagram. Well, the first one that I want to share with you is maybe you want to do tip number one, a Q&A session, a question and answer session where you're taking some time to speak to those that you're connected with, to speak to those that who are following you on Instagram, and you want to do a question and answer session with them, and just answering, some answer some specific questions that are important to your followers. Answer some specific questions such as, well, maybe your followers also want to go live and do Instagram live, but they're curious to know what is a good time when to go live. You may want to use that as a question or a topic to discuss during your live on Instagram by this discussing and sharing your experience and going live, not just on Instagram or going live on YouTube or another social media platform, sharing your wealth of knowledge and experience on the best time to be able to go live. And I think to answer that question, I think it's important for each live streamer to know their audience, to know the type of audience that they have and who's following them and who's connected to them. When you know your audience and who you're connected with and who you're engaged with, it gives you a great understanding on when to go live on Instagram. And so that may be one question, a part of your Q&A session you may want to do as a live stream. You may also want to touch on the topic on how do I get more followers? And when I say more followers, not in the sense of just metrics and numbers, but quality followers that are connected with the type of content that you post, whether through reels, through stories, through posts, um, followers who are connected with the type of message that you're communicating through Instagram and they want to connect and follow with you. Now, I'm not talking about what I call bots and what I call individuals who are just basically just trying to connect with you for the purpose of trying to sell you something or trying to connect with you because they have an ulterior motive. those followers, they come and they go. They follow and connect with you today, and less than 24 to 48 hours, they are gone because they can't get something from you, and they're trying to connect or follow with you and get you to follow and connect with them because they have an agenda. So I'm not talking about those type of followers that just kind of inflate your numbers. I'm not talking about bots or things like that. I'm talking about quality individuals that you can make great connections and follows with one another. And so you may be interested on answering the question for your connection and your following. How do you get more quality followers? And then thirdly, you may want to have a live stream topic that talks about um, if you are a business owner, but right now you're still using a personal Instagram, what will be the best time? What will be the best time to be able to switch your personal Instagram profile to a business profile? That may be a topic that you may want to discuss on Instagram doing live, sharing with them your wealth of knowledge and experience. If you have a business profile, and when you felt it was important to make the switch or the make the pivot from a personal profile to a business profile. So these are just three types of questions you can have in a Q&A session going live on Instagram that you can share with your audience on Instagram when you go live. So Q&A sessions are a great way of doing an Instagram live. We are going to be talking about today 5 tips, 5 great ways on how you can go live on Instagram. So if you're watching us in the chat, whether on Facebook, LinkedIn Live, or YouTube, do me a favor in the chat of one of those three platforms. We are multi live streaming through multi streaming today. Let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. Let us know in the chat where you're watching us from on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Give us a hashtag team live. Let us know in the chat of one of those three social media platforms. Do you have an Instagram account? And are you live streaming on Instagram? Give me a hashtag yes or a hashtag no in the chat. And to my online listeners who are checking me out on one of these three platforms, maybe you're at work, or you're at working out in the gym, or you're working on a special project in your man cave. Wherever it is that you're doing, we certainly appreciate you checking us out this afternoon here on the Midweek Huddle as we talk about 5 great ways how to go live on Instagram. So, a second great way, or tip number 2, is maybe you do an Instagram live where you are teaching a tutorial. You're teaching a tutorial to be able to help to educate. You're teaching and sharing a tutorial on how to equip and to empower those that you have connections with who follow you on Instagram. By teaching a tutorial, you may, especially if you're a person who's really into Instagram, you may want to teach a tutorial on the difference of why reels are so much popular than doing regular Instagram posts, to share why the algorithm tends to favor Instagram reels than they do Instagram posts. You may want to share a tutorial on Instagram stories on how, why are Instagram stories so popular for personal and business profiles, and how often should you be posting an Instagram stories, whether as a personal profile or a business profile. Teaching a tutorial, sharing a tutorial through an Instagram live is a great way of being able to get engagement from your followers. And then you may want to do an Instagram live on as a tutorial on sharing step by step what's the best way to optimize and setting up your Instagram profile from a personal standpoint and a business standpoint. Optimizing your Instagram profile is a great way of sharing and teaching a tutorial. going live on Instagram that will get engagements with your followers. Hey, if you are getting great value out of this live stream that we're doing today, we're talking about 5 tips on how to get great ways on how to go live on Instagram. I need you to do me a favor this afternoon here on the Midweek Huddle. Whether if you're on LinkedIn, whether if you're on Facebook, or you're on your YouTube, I need you to click the thumbs up on one of those 3 platforms by clicking the like button. Smash the like button on Facebook, smash the like button on LinkedIn or YouTube, and leave me a comment on one of those things. On what are you using the most? Are you doing reels? Are you doing posts? Or are you a person who needs help with your Instagram profile? And share this live stream this morning on your favorite social media platform that you're watching us on this afternoon. Share it. If you're on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, share. Hit the share button. Sharing is caring. Sharing. Just don't keep this great content to yourself. Don't keep this to yourself. Share this. And if you haven't had an opportunity yet to subscribe to the channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe, because we are committed to helping you to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video. So we're talking about 5 great ways on how you can go live on Instagram. And so we talked about Q&A sessions. We talked about sharing and teaching a tutorial. Well, a third way you can be able to go live on Instagram is an online collaboration. Instagram gives you the ability to share a link with one of your followers and invite them to be a part of the live, and allow you to be able to do an online collaboration with one another. Because the benefits of online collaboration, or any type of collaboration, I want you to think about your favorite music artists in music that have gotten together and did collaborations. I think of Jay-Z, and I think about Kanye West. I think about Jay-Z, and I think about Justin Timberlake. I think about, in terms of collaborations, I think about Rihanna, and I think about Eminem. That's just to name a few in the hip hop and the R&B industry. Collaborations where artists come together with producers like Mary J. Blige and Dr. Dre. Online collaborations bring special magic together when 2 people are working together, like a Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, and you're producing beautiful music together. So Instagram Live allows you to be able to collaborate with other followers you are connected with, so that you both can be exposed to a broader audience, you being able to be exposed to their audience, and they being able to be exposed to your audience. Not only that, an online collaboration is going to provide networking opportunities for you both who are collaborating. And so when you're going live, doing an Instagram live, and being able to bring someone on, or someone bringing you on through sending you the link and accepting it, it allows you both to do an online collaboration, which is a great reason why you want to go live on Instagram. But most importantly, above all things, when you're doing online collaboration, it allows you to be able to have fun together, working together, and sharing content together, sharing ideas, and just having a great conversation together. Nobody trying to compete with one another. No one trying to think they're bigger and better than the other person, but some great opportunity of just having some fun and exciting conversation by going live on Instagram. And so doing an online collaboration. And a fourth way, or tip number 4, that you can be able to go live on Instagram, tip number 4, is doing an online interview. Again, where you send the link to the person, or a person sends you the link while they're live and invites you as a guest onto their platform profile on Instagram, and you or that person begin to interview one another based on a set of questions they may want to have to ask you, such as, how did you find your passion to want to start creating content through doing live streaming? They may want to ask you a question such as, what are some of the pitfalls that content creators or people who are looking to do live streaming should be aware of when you're first starting out? And then another question that they may want to ask you is, what are three things you wish you knew before you started live streaming? And all of that kind of falls under, you know, topics of interest that the person who's doing the interviewing may have. It may fall on they may wanting to have an interview that's motivational and an interview that is educational. And so doing an online interview through Instagram, online through vertical content, is a great way of doing a live stream. And so this is just definitely, some exciting stuff that you can do with Instagram. If you're watching me, especially those who are watching on the replay up to this point, we want to ask you to just give us a hashtag team replay. And if you're watching us rather on Facebook, let us know in the chat of Facebook where you're watching us from. If you're watching us on LinkedIn Live, give us a hashtag LinkedIn Live. And if you are on YouTube, give us a hashtag Team Live in the comment section. Just checking here on my phone, because I know sometimes what will happen is the notifications won't go through correctly on Facebook. But if you are commenting and leaving some thoughtful comments on Facebook, we will definitely make sure we respond to them. But those of you who are my online listeners, I greatly appreciate with you. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this midweek huddle this afternoon, I want to encourage you to click the thumbs up, smash the like button. Each platform, Facebook, LinkedIn. I like LinkedIn. LinkedIn even has an applaud button. So if you're watching me on LinkedIn, give me an applause on LinkedIn. If you're on Facebook, don't just give me a thumbs up like, but give me a heart emoji. And if you're on YouTube, click the like button, smash the like button, share this on each of one of your platforms that you are on. And if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, where we're encouraging you to help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video as a content creator, we want to encourage you to subscribe, click the alert notification button, so you will be alerted when we go live. And so, my last tip, or a fifth way that you can be able to go live on Instagram, if you are a person who's using Instagram on your mobile phone doing lives and you need some topic ideas, you go live just to share an announcement. Share an announcement about an upcoming event that you may be having. Share an announcement on an upcoming launch you may be doing for an online course that you're doing, or share an announcement on a new project that you've been working on through the last year, and now, and you're ready to launch that project, to be able to add value to your viewers. Sharing announcements is a great way of being able to go live. Yesterday when I was on Instagram Live, we talked about some other additional topic ideas, and maybe you want to go live and do a daily rant, or share a word of the day, or sharing breaking news. Breaking news by sharing an announcement or sharing a word of the day. These are all great ways you can go live on Instagram as an online content creator through vertical content. And see, what that happens is it sharpens your skills as an online creator. You may be a person who's used to doing live streaming through horizontal, through YouTube and Facebook and through LinkedIn. But if you're a person who's not accustomed to doing live stream through vertical content, and also in the sense, whereas maybe you can do live streaming for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, well, Instagram is going to challenge you to be a little more mindful of your audience and their time that they have to watch your live experience. So maybe you want to do a live stream that's maybe 10 to, maybe 12 minutes. Or you may want to do a live stream in 5 to 10 minutes, but you're getting the ability to do vertical content live that will keep your audience engaged in you sharing an announcement. And so these are 5 great ways that you can do that. So let's get into summary. Those of you who are checking us out on Facebook, and let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. Give me a hashtag Team Live. If you're watching me on LinkedIn, if you're watching me on YouTube, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. And to those my online listeners, whether if you're at work, working out in the gym, working on a special project, I truly appreciate you listening to us here as we are a part of the midweek huddle. So summary time. Um, you can be able to do a live stream going live on Instagram by doing a Q&A session. As we say, doing a Q&A session, answering specific questions that are important to your followers. Number 2, doing a tutorial, teaching a live tutorial, sharing a tutorial with your followers on Instagram, maybe sharing a tutorial about the difference between why Instagram Reels are more popular in the Instagram algorithm than posts. Sharing about stories and how often you should be posting a story on your profile. And then finally, doing a tutorial about, how to set up properly, step by step, your Instagram profile from a personal account to a business account. Doing a tutorial and sharing, answering specific questions, or doing a tutorial on when should you pivot from setting up a personal profile to a business profile. So we covered that. And then we talked about doing online collaborations, being able to invite a person to be a part of your live while you're on Instagram, and doing an online collaboration so that both of you can be exposed to each and one another's audience, being able to build a deeper networking connection, and being able to have fun. And then doing online interviews. Again, sending that link while you're live and inviting a person on for a guest to interview them so that they can share their expertise with your audience or vice versa. And then finally, we talked about sharing announcements through Instagram Live. And so these are just some great ways on how you can go live on Instagram. And so we wanted to just put this presentation together. If you have any questions, if you have the ability in the chat of LinkedIn and YouTube, on Facebook, put it in a live chat so we can pull up your comments. If you're on Facebook, but yet we're not being able to see anything, you can jump over to LinkedIn, which you can find me on Walter Strong the Third, or you can find me on YouTube, The Huddle with Walter Strong, and put your questions there. So we'll give you time to just hop over to one of those platforms and pop your question in about Instagram, going live on Instagram. And so we certainly want to check those out. And so while we're waiting for those questions to come in, I want to ask you to put a Q in front of your question so that we can pull your question up here on the comment section. And as we're waiting for that, I would love to know in the chat, are you a person who's using Instagram, and are you going on live? How often are you going live on Instagram? I would love to know that. Is it's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? Let us know in the chat while we're waiting for that response. This is definitely something I really feel that is a game changer for online content creators. It's a game changer for live streamers, especially if you have a business profile and you want to be able to increase leads, you want to increase leads and get more appointments, this is a game changer. If you are doing lives on Instagram, being able to engage with your followers and those that you are connected with, you can, like I said, you can do live on YouTube, Instagram, do a live stream on YouTube. Many people are doing lives on Facebook, but unfortunately, a lot of people are sleeping on the platform of Instagram to do lives on Instagram. And so, just waiting for any comments, any questions. Please put them in the chat. We'll pull them up, um, and just kind of get your feedback. Or if you have any comments, let us know. But other than that, this is a game changer, a game changer, a game changer in being able to do. And so, unfortunately, I don't see any questions today. I realize this is a midweek huddle, so I realize people may be working. And like I said, checking us out, listening, and I truly appreciate that. But if you have any comments, if you have any questions, definitely check out the replay. Leave your questions and comments either on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and we will definitely respond back to your questions that you may have, and answer. And so, I want to thank each and every one of you who have been listening to us on one of these three platforms. I pray that out of one of these 5 ways that we've shared, it's giving you some insight on going live on Instagram, whether from a personal side or from a business side, to create opportunity for your business, and being able to get leads, and to be able to bring in revenue. So I pray that this has really been helpful. And so we're going to go ahead and bring this midweek huddle to a close. But this Saturday, we are going to continue on our series on should you be going live on said platform. So we have covered Instagram Live, and we've talked about should you be live streaming on Zoom, should you be doing multi-streaming through live streaming through multiple platforms. And so this Saturday, we're going to be covering should you be using LinkedIn Live as an online content creator going live, whether through multi-streaming or regularly through individual live streaming to LinkedIn Live. So we're going to be covering that this Saturday. So we are excited. We've got a special co-host who's going to join us. So you want to check us out Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time for that launch on live streaming talking about live on LinkedIn. And so we're going to go ahead and bring this to a close. But as we get ready to close out, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you need help with broadening your reach, your impact, and income through online video, we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. And as we close out, we always close out by saying, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We will see you this upcoming Saturday here on the Huddle at 11 a.m. God bless.